Yeah.
Oh, we're putting this at the start of the episode.
Yeah, absolutely. This is the headline.
First clip.
He's doing the eyebrows.
Yeah.
He's doing the eyebrows.
Am I allowed to say this? Yes, I am.
The eyebrows of controversy.
Am I?
Yeah, absolutely.
Of uncertain controversy.
Say it.
We're really hyping this up.
Go.
Wow.
Yeah, it better be good.
This better be good.
Nope, neurodivergence took over. I forgot. Back for part 2.
Boom.
Welcome to the Zach and Maddie Peck podcast.
Yes, Zach and
MackZaddy here to share with Jesse and Ariel what we're doing. We're interviewing these 3 lovely humans as we talk about their effect on West Coast swing and the Australia community. And guys, in general, I gotta say, you've been doing a great job. What's it like trying to...
Keep going. This is great for us.
Thank you, Jesse.
Yeah, I love
honor to
those.
be here.
My favorite podcast, the Zach and Maddie podcast.
Yeah.
My favorite podcast.
I did a bad job. I switched it.
It's okay.
I tried to add MackZaddy afterwards.
I feel like you covered very well. I felt the love.
The damage was done.
The day.
The hug is
Do
you guys need the hug again?
Damage was done.
Do you need the hug? Are you okay? You okay?
No, I don't think I'm ready.
There was physical touch involved. It was beautiful.
No.
I was a little bit jealous.
Oh.
Wow.
Well, back to us having you again. This is very exciting. Yeah. Having you again. Let's talk about judging.
Thank you.
Nice. See?
I could
You
try.
contribute.
That's why it's called MackZaddy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
it's not
why.
alphabetical or anything. Cool. So obviously, like we love talking about judging and scoring, and like it's a very open, interesting scene that can be very unclear for a lot of people. I feel.
For those of you that haven't heard some of Jesse's opinions already, check out the Glenn
What
Ball.
Judges
What Judges
Won.
Yeah, what judges won. But you were saying.
What did you like that Jesse kind of brought up on there?
So I'm going to say this to start with. I myself, as a very smart, intellectual human being, couldn't understand what you were saying for most of the podcast. And then I was like, you know what? I'm going to stick it out. And then the more I listened to you, I was like, whoa. And you challenged me a lot in the sense of how I think about things and how I didn't think about judging, if that makes sense. So, which I really, really appreciate. So there was a few things that you mentioned about how in other dance, or not other dance styles, in other, like in the Olympics, I think you might have mentioned, how the judging is different.
Yeah.
And I think you also mentioned just when we were off air. Off air. Off of the camera. How you really would want to talk about judging.
Yeah.
So.
Well, the baseline is that the competitions aren't the primary thing that our community exists for.
Yes.
And they're not the most important part of a weekend, but so often they get highlighted based on the results of the competition as to whether or not we did or didn't like this particular weekend's experience.
People feel like, I feel like majority of the people, and correct me if you guys feel something different, feel like they have to do well to be doing well at dance.
We attribute our self-worth to the results of the competition, there's no doubt, but often that's because like we worry that other people are going to attribute our self-worth, our worth as social dancers to our competitive level, and it is not West Coast Swing's fault. West Coast Swing is amazing. What it does for people,
We love
what it does for this for this community of West Coast Swing is incredible. What it does for us personally, for our life, is nothing short of incredible. We're really grateful.
Some people would even say it saves lives.
It is a literal therapy. It's a physical therapy, a community therapy, a neurological therapy, a physical therapy.
Say that again. Say that again louder so the microphone can hear you.
It's physical.
I said physical time.
It's just emphasizing the
that's the one that I should have said.
therapy.
It really is a physical therapy. That's the thing I should have said. It's a musical therapy.
Yeah.
I hear it's a
Yes.
community therapy.
It's a
as
community
well.
therapy as
Yeah.
well. Neurological.
And
Yeah,
neurological
yeah.
therapy.
A musical therapy because
Yeah.
and music is one of the most powerful brain rehabilitation acts that are being used currently
Wow.
to for in the rehabilitation process, both from stroke and from like the sugar-based disease of
Alzheimer's?
thank you
Nice.
for the help.
Contributions.
Am I gonna get Alzheimer's? Why?
Sugar
Because I like
based
sugar.
sugar.
Sugar-based
I love sugar.
Alzheimer's at this point has been not a little bit has been conclusively proven to not be a separate disease. It is diabetes. It is the next stage of diabetes.
My grandma had Alzheimer's. My great grandma, sorry, and
My grandma too.
they loved putting sugar in their tea. That's all I can
Oh my
remember.
god.
I'll never do a sugar push
That's-
again.
No sugar pushes. Sugar pushes are out.
Oh man,
more
you guys.
nice.
But okay, so my grandma also passed from the disease, and in a huge way, things like crossword puzzles and swimming can have an 8 to 12% reduction in the risk of Alzheimer's. Dancing, specifically social dancing, has an 80%
But
reduction
maybe
in the risk for
You're not gonna-
brain
you're
disease.
gonna
okay, you'll be
So
fine.
sweet.
You're gonna be
You'll be fine.
fine.
I dance
bro.
my ass
You
off.
dance more than anyone else.
So it's
socially, so you're
incredible.
fine.
The health effects of dancing is incredible. But that's a sidetrack.
Yeah.
The reality is it's not a West Coast swing problem. It's a human problem. We have isms. We have racism. We have sizeism.
Isms.
We have isms. We have sizeism. We have racism. We have preferences, whether conscious or subconscious, and those
Yeah.
carry over into how we judge, and they carry over on the social side on how you are judged.
Yeah.
And so my number one issue with it is that I am primarily a teacher. I am not primarily a judge. And in West Coast swing competitions, my students who do get their feelings hurt from those competition experiences don't get any educational feedback. And it would be such an easy change in our community, and it could be so valuable for the community if we switched from having judges by name, Jesse Lopez, Ariel Peck, Gary
But we do now.
McIntyre, Susan Kirkland. If we didn't have judges being named, instead we had judges judge categories.
Oh,
If
yeah.
there was a timing judge, if there was a grounding judge, a framing judge, and a swing technique judge, then when the students receive their scores, instead of feeling like, oh, Jesse doesn't like me because he didn't put me through to finals, it would say, my timing was good, my grounding was good, but my framing score was really low.
But you'd
Guess
still
what I
be
need to
named?
work on when I go home?
Would you still be named?
Sure, but the category would be the priority that they were receiving
Not
their
the
Yes.
scores.
person.
So
So
they
we
already
would-
have.
they would know
already
who the-
have.
They would know who the timing judge was, but they would know why that timing judge gave the score they gave. Why? Because they're giving a score in specifically timing. And it would be such a boon of educational feedback for the community. It would matter so much to the hearts of people because they would be able to see their progress in certain categories. I used to score bad in timing, but now I'm getting medium scores in timing. I'm getting better.
This
and that
could
would make
also
a
be-
huge fucking difference.
This could also be different between, like each judge too, because you can't be at 20 places at
Facts.
once, right? So
Facts.
you'd have to have the
But
timing judge.
Everything that you're saying, though, is already true in the current community.
Correct.
It's
Absolutely.
It's already arbitrary
Yeah.
as fuck.
Yeah.
Like every judge is judging on different
Yeah.
standards already.
Already,
and
yeah.
even like 9 out of every 10 meetings that we end up in with head judges around the world go roughly like, I'm not here to tell you how to judge, even though we wish that they would. I'm not here to tell you how to judge. I just want to remind you, you should make sure to confront your bias. Or I'm not here to tell you how to
That's all it's
judge.
about right now.
I'm not here to tell you
This
how
is
to judge,
interesting.
but I just want to remind you, in novice, they need to work on novice skills. And that's important. They shouldn't be judged on their musicality in novice. That's not a fair category for novice dancers. They should be judged on something more specific and granular and approachable for that level in the community. But
Yeah.
How do you feel with the 3 T's?
Jesse's gone.
Oh yes, I really
The
liked
three
how you
Ts.
switched that on the weekend. That was cool too.
look,
Oh, can
Tell
you
us
just give
about
us a
3
quick?
T's.
timing is a technique.
Yes, yeah, okay, they're all
And if you're
intertwined.
not on
He's
time,
getting passionate.
you're not being a good teammate. Timing, technique, and teamwork are the same thing.
They're
and they're everything and they're nothing. Those are not good standards. They're just names that we use to feel like we're saying something.
Yeah.
Clarity,
Absolutely.
consistency, and quality, those are evaluation standards where you can say that like it's more visible, less visible. It's more often there, less often there. It is a higher gradient or a lower gradient.
Yeah.
But timing and technique and teamwork,
Well, because we already
That's
have,
not a
yeah,
real
because every
judging
judge every judge has a different opinion of what timing is and what technique is and
Teamwork.
because I was gonna,
I don't
this
like
is
the
gonna be my
13s.
next question of like, even with having like, when you say judges, like you would wish you would have feedback on how you want to be judged, would you still be open to how each head judge wanted you to judge?
absolutely.
Yeah.
Okay, because so it's not.
At least it would be a standard. Right?
Yeah.
And then
So
and-
would you say your ultimate goal would to be standardized the whole, as a whole, and like have one standard?
no,
Okay.
but I think it would be a
One
great
direction.
step to be able to limit the field to one specific task.
Yeah. No, I agree 100%. I think I love that.
Regardless of the judge's interpretation of that
Yes.
task.
Yeah.
Because like again the wide variety of
Exactly.
all of the things you can
And
judge.
one of the most amazing things about our dance is that like everyone is interpreting it differently. That's why we had to be really careful with how we built body language curriculum. So in the distillation process of the truths of BLC, instead of saying what we think anchor is, what we think timing is, we took hundreds of lessons with other dance professionals, hundreds of group classes with other dance professionals, and made sure that we only selected the commonly identifiable truth between everyone's
Wow.
opinion. So an anchor in West Coast swing is to stop. It's not to stretch, it's not to triple, it's not a position of the foot, it's not a position of the hip, it's not in oppositional centers moving away from each other.
Mhm.
It
could be those things if you were
It
talking
could-
to one
it
person,
could add
specific
those things.
person.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
everybody agrees that anchors stop the follower's linear direction.
Yeah.
Stop is anchor. Everything else is opinion.
Cool.
Everything else is circumstance.
I love this because I always get asked, like, you get different dance styles and like, so what's this style? Like, what makes this, what are the fundamentals?
What are the characteristics?
Ooh, characteristics. Power word.
Yeah. You're like, I'm like, well, that's a great question. I'm still trying to figure it out myself. I can give you some basics.
Because the characteristics shift when the character of our dance changes because
Correct.
the music that we're playing
Yeah.
changes.
Yeah.
If the DJ asks us to have a conversation about blues, our dancing should fundamentally look different than if the DJ asked us to have a conversation about a hip hop song.
Oh, for
The
sure.
characters that we're playing are no longer the same and they move in different ways.
What was that about?
Right, Mackenzie?
Don't you remember the last episode we filmed?
No.
Oh, never mind.
That was a whole
Moving
week
on.
ago.
Tell
We
us
talked
about the
about, like,
last episode.
We gave each other like, if we think about their dancing, like we kind of almost
Oh, we gave each
stereotype
other-
them.
Yeah.
Give each other
You're a hip hop
feedback.
dancer.
No.
What?
No.
No. What? Say it.
I was saying you're dancing to different styles of music.
We
Okay.
talked about like
Oh, looks the same.
Yeah.
yes,
yeah,
being
yeah,
able to have
yeah,
variation
yeah.
with the different genres. So
Gotcha.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, so what are the 5 judging standards? They are timing, technique, teamwork, which aren't real. And then what?
Musicality. which-
Showmanship.
Musicality and variation showmanship,
Right.
right? For the record, we are not judged through the subconscious bias of the international community. We are not judged in prelims specifically for musicality. We are not judged regardless of level in the international community for variation. And we are not judged in the international community regardless of level for connection. You might think that you judge using connection or variation, and I shouldn't tell you. You individually can upset the rules. Any one person can be an exception to the rule, but the rule
But
is...
maybe they're looking at one thing, not all of them.
The rule is that we don't use connection because we're not holding your hand. We don't actually know what you feel like. We know what we think that you feel like, but I've been shocked as a teacher at the number of times I've held someone's frame up here and felt like they were so comfortable and so clean.
I absolutely love this video that you had shared recently about the competition and connection and stuff.
Yes.
But I have great
Spot on.
connection.
But
Why am I
people-
not getting
I want
that?
great connection.
People
And-
think that.
Yeah, you can't
and it
see
hurts
that.
their feelings when
Yeah,
they
cannot
when
see.
they truly believe that they're bringing a skill set of musicality and a skill set of connection to the floor, and then the judge doesn't pick them, and someone they danced with does make it, and they didn't like their connection, which is its own problem because we like connections that agree with how we feel connection. But if we really value connection, we would like the variety of connections presented.
Absolutely.
That said,
We just did an episode actually on that too.
when we name that variation is one of the ways that we get judged, then leaders think that they need to memorize a certain number of patterns or a certain number of variations to those patterns in order to be successful. But it's not a real standard. You know why? Because the judge can't see you longer than, what are we committing to? 6 or 7 seconds per
Yeah.
competitor?
Yeah.
Maybe 10 if you're absolutely
No,
Fantastic.
no.
In Australia,
In Australia, you get about 10.
you get a whole
No.
minute.
Seconds. There's no way that the judge is seeing you for 10 seconds. And even if they saw you for 20 seconds, that's not enough time to know whether or not you were more varied than the other dancers whose time I sacrificed in order to watch you for those 20 seconds.
Yeah.
Variation isn't a real category.
Well, I'm speaking to someone recently about like people's interpretation and feelings of what they get after like a competition and their results, and he was kind of saying that he believes we should look at it more of a sport. So
Yeah.
like it's more of like factual things as opposed to taking it as like a personal insult like upon your creative art and that kind of thing.
But I guess
where
it's-
a lot of people go,
I guess again, that's really hard to do
yes,
when
it's not
all you're told
like
is
standardized.
yes, no, alternate.
And that's exactly
it.
right.
It's-
Because the first place yes and the 10th place yes are still worth the same score. And the
Yes.
the first
Yeah.
place no, number 13, 10 make it, 2 alternates, 13 doesn't make it. That's the same score, 0, as the 75th place no, even though those are 2 different levels of skill being presented.
Yeah.
But you don't know how close you were to the top of that judge's scores, because even though we have the computing power to do it, we're still working off of the same mathematics that were used when we were doing paper scoring.
So, my brain's just freaking wild right now. It's thinking about
You
so
have
many
got
things.
this.
Hey,
You've been
It's-
really
you
quiet. I'm actually
Have
concerned.
it's like I'm glad that aircon's on. It's overheating in my head. So, I think the easiest question would ask: what would be the pushback that you've had or heard the questions regarding this idea?
Unfortunately, the number one thing that gets brought up is versions of what you said, where they worry that it's going to create a Empire Strikes Back style of everyone stuck looking like a stormtrooper, everyone doing the same
Yeah.
thing, and there's no art
Right.
or soul left in the dance. Which that's the number one concern, trying to make judges judge all the same way. But that's not what we're asking to do.
No.
We're just judging a specific category.
Yeah.
And then other concerns are like, well, how are we going to do judges training? We currently don't do judges training.
So any
that's not
training would
that's not a
probably be
concern.
great.
We don't have to add judges training to make the system more fair and more communicative for our people. And heck, if we happen to see through all of that extra information that some judges did need training, then that wouldn't be
Be
a
great.
bad thing.
Okay, I've got
either.
another
I
one
would
for
love
you.
to be held to
Amazing.
I would personally love to be held to a higher standard of accuracy
Absolutely.
for what I am
Hell
being
yeah.
asked to judge.
I've got
because
another
it
one.
matters to people. Yes.
So, because I know that people, I can almost see people saying shit, right? So I'm gonna say
Well,
it, but
that's
I'm
good,
also
'cause I
gonna.
can't
Yes,
see
so you
any-
can't.
You can't see
Yeah.
nothing.
I'm gonna see it, but I'm also gonna tackle it at the same time. So I could see people saying, people get privates from when they put this placement, like these professionals get, they put their placement throughout all these divisions and all that sort of stuff, and they get privates from it. I can see people saying, oh, why should I have to pay? I can also see professionals going, look, this is our living, we need to stay alive, feed ourselves, whatever.
Yeah.
So I can see, like, even if this happens, you're still going to have people booking privates no matter what, because it's a scale of each judge,
Exactly.
and each judge will have their own opinions
It's
still
already-
To be fair, that
on
would
that.
be
Already a
that
problem
timing
in the
scale.
credit
that
system.
would
It's already a
be
same problem.
Any different
Exactly.
now.
So exactly,
Yeah.
and most of the time, that's what we answer these concerns with. Most of the time, when someone brings something up, we're like, "That's already a problem."
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it doesn't get better or worse in the new system, but at least something gets better. And even if it doesn't really get better, at least we tried. Like we got
Absolutely.
it. We know there's a problem. Let's try something.
I like it.
My other flip to this.
Go for it.
It's a real controversy now.
Yes.
Not like we've been throwing opinions out there, but like
Oh, now you're getting serious.
yeah.
Oh, we're
I love
putting
it.
this at the start of the
Yeah,
episode.
absolutely.
Yeah,
This
yeah,
is the
yeah.
headline.
First clip,
He's doing
first
the
clip.
eyebrows.
Yeah.
He's doing the eyebrows.
Am I allowed to say this? Yes, I am.
Yeah.
The eyebrows of controversy.
Am I?
Eyebrows.
Yeah, absolutely.
Of uncertain controversy.
Say it.
We're really
Go.
hyping this up.
Go.
Wow.
Yeah,
Okay.
it better be good.
This better be good.
Nope, neurodivergence took over. I forgot.
This man doesn't figure
ADHD strikes
Oh
again.
my god.
Look, as a real question, if we're talking about judging standards and criteria, then there are certain dancers that are having to work through more to be seen. So,
Absolutely,
for sure.
and a larger dancer is already facing an uphill battle.
battle.
It biases.
And an older
Old.
dancer
Yeah.
is already facing an uphill battle.
Yep. I think
And
follows in general as well, because there's generally
There's so
more
many
follows.
good follows and
There's
so
more
many
follows.
more follows.
Yep.
But look, there are some judges who are proud of how quickly they can pick their top 10, 15, irrelevant, 30 dancers. And they say, now I know who I'm putting through. Which means by default, every other dancer is a no, every other dancer is a zero.
Oh, as in
That-
before they even start the competition? You mean?
Maybe it's
Or-
before they start the competition, but say it's in the first song. They only
cherry
pick
pick
the
their- Yeah.
dancers
Yeah.
that they
Oh,
like
yeah.
to score.
Yeah.
Everyone else automatically becomes a zero.
Yeah.
That is fucked
It's not
up.
great.
I
No,
literally
no.
heard a judge say
And-
that to me recently.
Yes.
And I was
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
They were like
"Are
they
you joking?"
they say it to
Yeah.
Ariel too. They're
Yeah.
I was
like they're like
"Should
you've
you
got
be here?"
they're like you're taking too much time. You've got to go faster. Just don't score everybody. Just the ones you like. Fuck that.
There was also
Every single dancer.
Hold that thought, hold that
Bro.
thought.
oh
Every dancer deserves a score
Yes.
because
Yes.
everyone signed up.
yeah
Yes.
yeah
Yes.
Every dancer deserves a score because
Yes.
everyone signed up. You can't skip people because that will be your bias and you won't realize why you chose not to look at them, but they're equally a person. And if we really want to change something, the first thing that needs to change is that every dancer gets a prelim score. Because otherwise, that's fucking unfair.
Yeah, agree.
Love it.
100. Yes.
Love it.
Not everyone
Love it.
agrees.
Yeah.
I
Which
think
is
it's
the
more
sad
work.
part.
I think it's more work.
It is more work.
Which is
You're
not
being
work.
paid
So
to
it
do
should
the
be.
work. Do the work.
Yeah.
You're
I
the judge.
was literally
Sorry.
shocked last
No,
time.
I like
But
paying
like
to
you're
admit.
being paid
At
to
the
do
last
the work.
event
Do the
that
work.
I judged, I literally get so cranky after judging because I get so upset with the system every time. Every time.
Yeah.
But like, I was like shocked because at the end of my judging sequence, they were like, oh, we had to like throw in someone extra to actually raw score everybody. And I forget the reason why. It was like a whole thing around it. But in my head, I was like, I raw scored everybody. Like, why is everyone not raw scoring everybody? Like, that seems like an obvious thing to do, but like, it's not a standard or a rule for anyone to do that.
That's true.
Mhm.
Which is crazy.
Yep.
But yeah, it makes me a little bit.
When we judge a prelim, every dancer gets
Yeah.
a score.
Yeah.
And until that becomes a standard, we're really going to struggle
There's some
with the
systems
fairness
out
of the
there
system.
that do that.
It's just yes.
And you have to give them
most
a
of
score.
them, most of them are.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
On the tablets, once you get to 12 dancers, if
Yeah.
12 are going through, 10
Then it's
yeses
fine. You
and
don't need to
two-
score anymore.
two
Yeah.
alternates, it goes green, which means you're now done.
Andreas's system in Europe is you have to score every single person.
That's cool.
Yeah.
It's great.
Good
I
job,
love-
Andreas.
I do
Right.
love
That's
that.
cool.
Have you guys
Um,
used his system at all before? Andreas Casper?
He just
He's in
updated
Europe,
it too.
I think, but
No, we primarily don't teach in Europe.
Yeah.
We get the
Yeah.
chance. We're hopeful to get more chances in the future, but not
Yeah.
currently.
I'll see what I can
yeah, it's very cool. Like it literally won't let you. You cannot submit your scores and what is happening? Oh, thank you. You cannot submit scores until you've given every single person
Just getting that
a
quick
score.
markup. Blemish, really.
So you can't just have like it blank if
That's
it's no. Like
awesome.
you have to have a
More
no there,
systems need
so
to
it's-
implement that.
yeah.
And that's it,
Because
like Buddha, where you have freaking
Which is-
7 heats of
It's
novice.
It's
a lot of
literally
time,
the
but-
only
But it's
way to
doable.
be failed.
I'm not gonna lie, it's still. I would say it's still impossible to have every judge still though, like see everyone and fairly judge and be like, this is
Until
fair.
we can do
100%.
that, it-
Still not possible.
Yeah.
yeah, it's got to move that direction.
Yeah.
It's gotta
When
move
you're doing
that
eight
direction.
heats of novice, it's like, oh my god, I can't remember like what the first heat was.
Yeah,
It's
you
just
have to
like
be. You have to be either really,
It's
really
like-
cutthroat
no,
or
that's the thing.
But
It's because
stick to your
of,
guns. Or
it's
something.
because of that we put standards on
Yeah.
ourselves.
Yeah.
This is how we judge.
Consistency all the way
And based on our standard, you're now of
Yeah.
this. And is that still arbitrary? Yeah.
Yes.
Is it slightly less arbitrary? Yeah. So we don't have to compare you to the first heat in the 6th heat because Jesus, that's overwhelming. We're just like, you're still not on time.
Yeah.
You're more on time.
Yeah.
You're on time and balanced. Ooh.
Yeah. Whoa.
Shit.
Whoa.
In body language curriculum, we are seeking to use our level 2, our newcomer novice level, to answer 8 primary questions to the communication process of West Coast Swing. And these 8 questions are really foundational to the same experiences that happen on the competitive floor. And that's why we think that
Give
it's
us
so
2 of them. What are 2 of the questions?
Also ask
why
for
we
eight,
triple
Yep.
and why we stop.
Cool.
Someone should have been at the workshop.
Yeah,
Fuck
you
you
missed
guys.
you missed a great.
Why we
you would
triple?
know all
Because
this.
you want to do some redirection. Is redirection about to
Or,
happen? Or you're stopping,
or,
or you're anchoring,
which is stopping.
Which is stopping.
Stopping.
Or
Instead of stopping,
you're on the
you are-
spot, traveling.
You're
No,
going
like
faster, not traveling.
so yeah, that makes
You're going
yes. No,
faster.
I knew that.
So
one.
if you increase
knew that one,
speed
just
or
wasn't-
decrease speed, if you change momentum,
And what was the other question?
and why we stop.
Oh, but you said that before.
I love that
But
you.
why do
Because
we
of-
stop?
Because of the anchor part, the triple anchor.
Why do we anchor?
Because there's a many. This
Think
is
of
the
a
fun.
sentence. Think of a sentence.
Okay, so the fun thing is I'm thinking of lots of reasons in my head right
Yeah,
now.
yeah, yeah,
Think
yeah.
of
You know
West
what I
Coast
mean?
Swing
Yeah,
as a
absolutely.
sentence. Why would you?
Oh, you want
have
to say
it?
full stop? Full stop.
Yes, full stop.
Pause, comma.
We stop to
Uh.
complete a thought. You're correct.
Yeah.
We triple in order to accelerate and do something like pass, push, whip, spin, tuck, turn, or
So, whacking.
Needed that.
that's why we triple. It's because we change from the noun in the kinetic language of West Coast Swing to a verb. It's time to do something, to stop or to go. But
It's okay.
we
I'll explain later.
use stop.
Yeah, I wasn't there.
Oh, I've got a
But
great question.
we use stop because we want to complete a thought. And so in the language of West Coast Swing, we call patterns sentences. Right? That makes sense. A complete thought,
Yeah, yeah.
a complete pattern, that's a sentence.
It's the finish of the
And
pattern,
we end the sentence with an anchor, the punctuation mark
Full
of
stop.
West Coast
It
Swing.
makes complete sense.
There are
Yeah.
4 primary anchors: delay anchors, rock and goes, floating anchors, and cutoff anchors. And those are represented by the period, a delay means stay. The comma, which is a rock and go, keep going, the sentence isn't over, comma, there's more to come. A question mark, which is the floating anchor of West Coast Swing because are we done yet? And a cutoff anchor that says stop. We need to do something.
That makes sense.
Exclamation point.
Exclamation point.
Exclamation point. Square up.
Next.
Square up. Square up! when we use those 4 punctuation marks to end a thought, that gives us the opportunity to celebrate music. So why we stop in the dance is because of our culture of celebration. We stop doing the traveling in order to start doing the grooving.
I gotta say, like, I love that you guys don't teach triple steps in your level 1 class.
Yeah.
And we kind of did an element of that last night for the very first time in our level 1 class that we haven't done. We did kind of teach them the double triple rhythm just because we didn't want to stray too far from what we already do. However, we just did a left side pass just by literally just moving the floor without talking about what we're doing. We're just going to walk, and then you're going to go this way, and then you're going to go this way.
Sweet.
And I tried I'm just going to move faster and see if they just triple without knowing they're supposed to triple here. And
they do it.
Did.
It's
and
like magic.
And I was like, yes, you did a triple. And she's like, oh, how do I know to triple? I was like, let's do it again and find out. And I did. And she's like, oh, you're moving faster.
No shit.
I was like, oh my god. So and she
How
could
did the
look at
leader
the
know to
floor
do it?
one time.
That is
'Cause you took
so cool.
their workshop, their BLC online, and you can. What's the website again?
blc.com.au.
Yeah,
Yeah.
follow Ariel
Dot
Peck
dance.
or follow Ariel Peck, follow Body Language Curriculum on the socials, or follow MackZaddy podcast interviews.
Click on the link.
Okay. I have a question. How does so the BLC, very much like assigning language or grammar to movement. How does that go with, what's the experience with someone that maybe isn't, or their literacy skills aren't that great?
Zach,
No, well.
you wanted to say.
Yes.
I was.
You wanted to, so that.
But I think that's like fair because I think I'll listen to your workshops and intensives, and there's
It makes
And
sense.
as an intelligent.
and as a really smart and intelligent person.
Who understands
No.
grammar and punctuation and the English language. It's amazing.
No, I feel like there's a lot of thought that at least I am actively having to put into taking in your content, which is really, really good. But some people,
If you had to think about it, I'm still thinking about the first thing.
I'm just curious on
You're still back on
how
what is it now?
the experience or how that has gone in terms of like now with the BLC and like going through that.
Yeah.
If you often find that style of the assignment of grammar and language has produced, I guess, struggles within students.
So, in general, no.
Yeah.
The small answer, no.
Period.
It's
Sorry.
made it
Anchor.
so much more available.
Delay.
It's made it so much more available because we
Cool.
get to choose, like, how much of this do we need to share with the student? How much of this do we need to share with the group? How much of this should we share with the
And I think
teachers?
that's a very, very key thing.
Because a common definition for expert or expertise is that you are able to have a conversation at striated levels. I can talk West Coast swing at a collegiate level, at a professional level, at a grade school level, at a top level,
Babble!
which are the 5 stages
Babble. Should have had the
of
workshop.
language learning. Yeah,
Yay!
the first stage of language is babble.
Babble.
Then vocabulary emergence.
That makes sounds not words.
Sentence
These people
emergence,
baby dancer.
Fluency 1 and Fluency 2. And those 5 stages of language learning are common to how you always receive language.
Mm-hmm.
But West Coast Swing, as a language,
Is shit.
we
It
tend to start our education process at sentence
Yes.
emergence.
Oh.
We teach people from their very first get-go the
Slut,
sentences.
anchor, triple.
Yeah, we teach them
Yes.
the sentences.
Push
of
break.
West Coast
Connection.
Swing.
What
We
the
teach them
hell is
everything.
connection?
We teach
Yeah.
them everything.
Yeah.
So
this is
So yeah, that's why we switched to the doubles, and I'm really glad that it worked in a
Yes.
really
We
cool
actually
way.
used to do
But yeah,
this at Raw
it makes
Connection.
it so much more
Wait, what?
interesting.
We used to do this at Your Connection. It's like, what is the simplest? I think the first time I heard this was from probably Ben McHenry. It's like, how is the simplest way you can get someone to go do a left side pass? Well, way less detailed to what we're talking about now because that was in one workshop, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
But I love the idea as a concept as a whole, because when you ask someone to like do something and you use West Coast Swing terminology or words that no one off the street could relate with, it's like
They get caught up in the terminology.
Yeah.
Getting caught up in the footwork and spending the
They just
time
see the
looking
feet.
down at these
Yeah.
instead of looking up at the people that they're dancing with, which is way more fun.
having a good time.
Yeah.
Just in general. I'm enjoying the music.
Matt,
Yeah.
do you feel like that answers your question?
I think it did, and I have more.
Do you have a second one?
I did that slightly, well, not quite related to my first one. This is something from actually earlier when I said I had more questions and you didn't believe me.
I didn't. I should have not believed you about the drop bears, but I definitely didn't believe you about the questions.
It's okay.
We'll never know. Yeah. So BLC is something you've been developing, but you said for what, 15 years? Or the
I've
past?
been dancing for 15 years, but I've been working on the BLC for more like 10.
Is this something you guys
Okay.
came up with together?
Well, wait. No, my question is, this is, okay, sorry.
Yeah, geez, man, stop jumping the gun.
It's fun.
How dare you interrupt
He's
his
only
thought
the
process?
secondary teacher, but
You
your
were-
main
I was
part,
practicing my
jumping
cutoffs,
in.
guys.
Oh!
I'm sick of this delayed shit.
Alright, so what you got?
So BLC is something that you started to develop. It is very unlike the forms, I guess, or like the other forms of like a syllabus that
Yes,
I've heard.
definitely.
You coming into that, what is that experience? And I guess
what a
like
good question.
That's a great question.
Stuff.
That's a fucking great question.
And this is why your name is
I like that.
Yeah.
Let me tell you what Ariel has experienced.
No!
Wait, let
That's something
Ariel.
I would do.
How about you let Ariel
let women
tell us what
speak.
Ariel
I know, I'm
has
sorry,
experienced?
but you're right, I do a lot. And I'm sorry for you.
there's
I
like a certain, I guess,
Ariel's
it's, hey, no, Ariel and I are talking, guys.
Yeah.
Is what's happening.
My bad.
From my view of what's going on, there is an intensity, a very lovely intensity to the way I think you go about, or the way that you feel about this dance and the development of like the BLC. And
Passionate.
I am passionate is a great word for what it feels. And you, I guess, coming into that, what is the experience in that? Did that feel like an
Very
interesting or an easy thing to integrate into? And what do you feel? Do you feel like
Yes,
being within it has changed the development or the direction it had taken since you joined on?
So, what an interesting question. I don't think it was easy coming into it. When I did talk to him about the BLC, he had a lot of angst about like people accepting it, and I felt like I understood why he felt that way. I also understood that he had something really great as well. I also understood why other people felt that way too. So it was like I felt like I was coming into it very unattached to whatever was happening emotionally. You know, it's like now I'm very much more emotionally intertwined with it all. But it was really hard to come into it, and I feel like oh god, I got nervous. What was I gonna say? I don't want to say anything.
You should.
You should.
Be
You
mean.
should.
Be
Or
mean.
say something
You
mean,
should.
but,
You should
like-
just be clear and honest.
Okay, clear and honest.
Clear and consistent.
Clarity, quality,
Yeah.
consistency.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's the one.
When he told me about BLC, I felt like it was the first thing that made sense in my journey with West Coast Swing, as far as like being an all-star for X amount of time and not liking teaching West Coast Swing, because I did teach other styles of dance, and I was like, why would I teach West Coast Swing if I don't know what to teach? I just know how to do it, but I don't know how to teach it. And so very uncomfortable teaching it. But when I did, we had a conversation about the BLC. I felt like, wow, you're using English words to describe the kinetic experience that I'm having. And that was really new and different from any other experience I've ever had. So like I had a lot of belief in what he was doing. And I am not the same type of passionate personality type that he is.
She means neurodivergent.
Yeah.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah. It took a lot of effort to try and understand the process, because like this is, you guys don't understand, maybe you do by now. He sleeps, eats, and breathes this BLC curriculum, and it's like his life's work, right? So I come into it and I felt like that was his thing. And I was like, what's going to be my thing? So I actually ended up doing photography for a lot longer than I probably should have, because I thought I needed my own thing.
Yeah.
But I think after I got over that hurdle, I feel like I decided like my thing is to help the BLC also be real for other people, because it was real for me and I wanted it to be accessible for other people. So eventually yada yada yada. I'm like, cool, I'll jump on board with BLC. And I think there's a lot of angst at first because as a teaching couple, we weren't actually a teaching couple for a couple of years there, even when we were dating, because no one really knew the material like he did, and I didn't know the material, and I didn't feel comfortable like interjecting something that I didn't know. So yeah, and then after a while, I feel like as internship as you can get, like I was an intern in this company.
He wasn't
Like,
paying you?
No.
Wow.
As an intern.
Interesting.
That's
She
what I
was
mean.
being
It's-
paid
yeah.
bedroom favors.
You think that's all women want?
Yeah.
That's what this woman
As
wants.
long as it's good. As long as it's good.
Listen,
Quality, consistency.
Consent, empathy, duality.
Excuse me, timing, technique,
There are so
and
many
teamwork.
oh my god, oh lordy.
Quality improvement.
Yes.
There's so many things. So many things.
Anyway,
I love
Yeah.
that.
yeah, so eventually this internship, no, it was like, it was, how would you call them? Those things where you like, you live amongst the thing that you're trying to learn, you know, like the
Immersion.
Yeah, like I had immersion therapy with like this whole,
Yeah.
this whole
Yeah.
thing, and so eventually I got accustomed to it. I feel like I know it about as in and out as you do now, and I feel like my
Only about. That's not
about
enough.
because it's still
I'm
his brain.
joking.
It's still his
Yeah,
brain.
yeah,
I'm a
absolutely.
big blurb.
Yeah.
Per the workshop last night.
Oh, boo. I'm sorry too. I didn't mean to.
You put all the documents together though, right? Was that you?
She's really good at making triangles.
I really am.
Yeah. I'll vouch for that.
I am a very visual kinetic person, so I feel like, can you describe it? Because I feel like you say it really well when you're like describing like our roles in the BLC, like intellectual
She
versus
helped.
kinetic.
I am as far from a kinetic learner as possible.
Okay.
So I have considered myself a professional teacher for 13 years. But I've only been a professional dancer for like 2. And the reason for that is that my body didn't understand, even though my brain didn't.
Okay.
So I knew how to talk about what was real. I didn't know how to make it real. And for so many other people who stuck around through our community because it's so difficult to learn this dance style, they only know it as real in their body and they don't know how to talk about it as real.
I'm so the opposite. But we
Yeah.
have the same crazy brain.
You're,
Does that make sense?
Yeah, bro.
you're both
Absolutely.
very neurodivergent, but you have very different learning.
So crazy.
You're so physical with it. You're so
It's visual
physically
and
smart.
Visual kinetic.
Bleh.
But blue.
Legit.
So
No, and I
she
realize it
helped
too.
make
I am
real
also not a
for
good-
me the BLC in my body.
Wow.
And I helped make real for her the BLC in her
I love that.
consciousness.
Yeah. You got that body
Oh
language
my
down pat.
God.
Faux show.
Help me.
I am helping you as best that I can with what I have.
I need to learn.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure.
It's
And I
okay,
feel
man.
like
It's okay, man. She'll help you one day.
Wow.
It's alright.
She'll never help you like I will.
I can help you in ways she never could.
I've
Oh,
got
that's
2
my
though.
camera.
I've got 2. That's how
That's
it
because
is.
you need that much help. But,
Oh man, bird.
Love you.
Nah, that's so
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah, I like that. It's good that you're like you both, even though kind of you came on board later, you both have now found and settled in your own roles within that, which is very cool.
for sure. And I do feel like I am more behind the scenes like support. And even in the workshops, I do like understand that you are the primary
Absolutely.
speaker. And I am, it's good for me because I'm not a words person. And for me to describe something public speaking wise, I have to be very confident about what I'm saying.
But
in order
she's
for
so
it to make
smart with
sense.
her eyes, and she'll see things happening during the workshops and be like, Jesse, we can't go on. Like while music's playing and they're dancing, we can't go on. Everyone's leading this piece,
No.
and so then the next rotation will
Yeah, cool.
bring the music down, and I'll be able to say, hey everybody, we can't go on because you need this next piece. But that came from her.
But you put it into that.
Well, didn't something like this kind of happen on the weekend as well? On your second workshop?
Yeah.
Was
On
that not a
Sunday.
thing that was... Oh, well, I actually wasn't there.
Yeah, I was there.
were there.
I was there for the first one.
I was there. I think it was, there was like a lot of frame connection stuff you guys were noticing that people were using and didn't necessarily need.
Yeah,
I think
and
at
when
one
you
point.
and when you say you guys were noticing, it's really Ariel was noticing. She told Jesse about, and Jesse believed her. So then he talked with them about what they would need to change.
Yeah, okay.
That's
Yeah,
awesome.
That's cool.
So do.
I have so many. It to me it relates to dancing, but it's not dance related, right? Just life experiences and stuff like that. Like who would you say would you be extroverted or introverted?
Introverted, probably.
Yeah.
Intro, extro.
Yeah. Okay, I can see that.
Yeah.
And then like going off of this is like, oh man, there's so many questions.
Question number 2.
I love the dynamic, and I love how you make it work and how it's and interesting and
we're open to some personal questions, but I do think that the introvert extrovert thing is really interesting, just because like we work really hard to make it to make ourselves communally available.
Yes.
Yeah, fuck yeah.
Yeah,
That's a hugely important part of it. There are people who danced with us when we started, were kind enough to include us in the community when we started, and we want to be that for other people now that we're at the place that we're at. We think we, in some ways, owe that to the community.
Hell yeah, absolutely.
And so, in that is a part of why our Mondays are only so organized and so developed. It's because like often we want to recover from that and just not people and not go do errands and not have another community meeting and just watch another couple of episodes.
Should we talk about texting people back?
Ooh.
Sure. Yes.
Personal.
Yeah,
Oh,
for
I'm
sure.
interested. Where
Let's
is
feel
this
it. Feel it.
Ariel
Get it.
used
do
to
it.
be so good at social
did.
media, you guys.
Yeah.
So good.
Used to be.
I used to be so good at social media. I'd post, I'd like start, I don't know, participate in trends. I would like share what I was doing.
She would baseline message people back.
As soon as someone messages you, you're
Yeah,
like,
like,
boom,
happens.
I'm available.
Yeah, but I also was a photographer mostly as my main job, which means that I was like maybe spending an hour with people, but then everything else was like on my computer by myself at a coffee shop or
Yeah,
whatever.
With headphones in,
Yeah.
not peopling.
Not
Yeah.
peopling, which is great for me. I love that job. Actually, I still do it for fun sometimes because I like that environment. But like,
Just for fun.
just for fun. I just like being on my own little world. You know,
So
like,
good.
for me, actually, it's DJing now. I go to like my own little world and I DJ. I like rap music.
Yeah.
But then when I started teaching full time instead, I was like, oh my gosh, I totally understand why you're not texting people back. Like, it is so hard.
It's so difficult.
I'm honestly going
yeah.
through this right now. I
It's
feel like
very
you
hard.
and I are going through the same realization or challenges in which way do we want to take this now.
Yeah,
If
you
that
had
makes
mentioned
sense.
that you were feeling burned out.
Yeah.
How long have you felt that way?
3 years.
No, definitely not.
My bad.
The last year,
About 18
not even
months.
last year. Nah, not even 8. Last year and a half ish.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's
Yeah.
it's hard because I think
That's
well the fact that
busy.
we work during the day makes it a huge difference as well. But it's
Yeah.
almost though it's almost like we have that thing to go to though that's not dance, but it's still another thing.
Work.
we have
But
to-
it's
yeah.
still another thing to
But it's
go
still
to.
another thing. Yeah.
It's just,
So-
yeah, that's it.
So
I literally had that thought
the
today.
most important change that we made, and it was at cost, but we stopped working on Wednesdays entirely, and we hold those religiously as this is our time not to do the body language curriculum, not to teach dance lessons, not to whatever.
What do
This
you
is
do?
We breathe, man.
They're
How?
normal people with a
How do you do that?
At
Yeah.
first, really
It was
awkwardly.
really hard at first.
Yeah,
The
what we,
first couple of months.
I'm not gonna lie.
Our
Yeah.
Wednesdays, we still we would still accidentally schedule something, or
Yeah.
we would still, but
I
like
feel the need to like finish a message.
to
Or you-
cut music,
Or
whatever.
you feel like you have to wash clothes and do housework and
That's
shit.
different.
Oh,
That's
buddy.
No, that
different.
shit sucks.
You don't even, you don't know because
You know what
don't
though?
do it. But
What we
anyway.
started to discover
idea of it
was the
sucks.
importance of
Yeah.
money as a tool instead of money as result.
Pay someone else to do it.
So yeah, like we started
Fucking nice.
like sending some of those tasks off as we could, and not all of them, but some of them. And like,
Yes.
we started picking the things that we could do well to spend our time on versus spend our money on. And we intentionally saved time on Wednesdays, and then we also said no to some contracts that we kept giving into because of their history with us. Even though we were, but
There's
we
a few
weren't
of those I
able
could think
to,
of.
we weren't able to update like those to the contracts that we were getting in other places.
Yeah.
We wanted to keep giving, but like we had to say no. Like you've got to meet us at this level.
Yeah.
And that was really hard to do. Those
That would be
were
the
some-
scariest thing in my mind.
Those
Okay?
were some
That is
firmly
so
established
scary. Yeah.
relationships,
No.
and like we really
Yeah.
value those, but
But yeah, it's really important though. It's like
we
it's
had
all
to
about
hold
balance.
we had to hold a
Yeah.
boundary that would be fair to everybody.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
so between those two things, we all of a sudden ended up with like time frames. It took like 6 months to reap the benefits of that,
I
but
feel like you're not.
Yeah, okay.
we started making progress.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
feel like you're not actually rested or balanced if you can't use a day off to do something that you've been wanting to do.
Whoa, pause. What day's today?
Wednesday.
Is it
I'm
supposed to be your
fucking
day
out
off?
of
why
here.
are you
Doing your
No,
right now.
In the
You're
US,
ruining my
in the
life.
US.
See, you
It's still
planned something
Tuesday
already.
in the US.
Yeah, in the
It's
US. I don't know
Tuesday in the
So what are you doing tomorrow?
Absolutely.
You're also
That's
Dang it.
you're teaching for us, and I want you to do about 5 hours of social dancing. Can you do a couple private
Oh,
suites?
just one extra
Yeah.
podcast.
You guys like cutting music, right?
While you're there.
But it's so
It's so easy.
just to be
so
like,
easy.
look,
Yeah.
frick. I did it today. I went and taught a private, and I was
Yeah, you
did.
Good for you.
Yeah, and you know what I'm gonna do with that money? Pay someone else to do the laundry, Bobby.
Do it.
Not you.
You're-
But
Not
not
you.
her.
Not
Do it.
we
Zach,
have the same
I
bank
do.
accounts.
Zach, brother,
It's the same
I do pay her to do things.
Oh yeah, no, he does.
I fucking.
Oh,
I'll still do that.
no.
I'll do that too. How much are you charging?
Not in
For the laundry, for the laundry, for the laundry, for the
So
laundry.
you're like, you remember we were talking about
I get you.
you
What?
still pay for
I'm-
a date
I'm
even though
circling
you're
back.
not paying for the
No,
date.
no, not just for a date though, but like I'll be like, hey, if you go and do this thing that I said I would do, then I'll give you $30, $50, whatever.
Oh, actually.
Yeah.
See, that's
For
what I
real, for
was.
real.
She
Yeah.
thought she took it sexual.
You also could
No,
like
no,
Venmo request them, you know?
Yeah,
We
if you
don't
have
have
to
that
if you have to
Oh.
pick up the slack because
I love
he
this.
forgets something, send him a Venmo request. Be like $25 because you forgot to put your laundry away.
Okay,
Actually,
actually,
wait,
wait,
chat,
so
do
we
we-
own a
Same
house.
account.
Yeah, but
We're in a
I know
house
it still
and this
feels
is the
good
same
though.
bank.
It's for the emotion.
No, we could have a set. We could make it.
We could turn it into like love credits.
We can
like
have
color
separate bank
credits or
accounts.
something.
Yeah.
I'll go do privates galore because I love doing it. I get off on loving,
We don't
having
You could
someone
phrase
feel
that
good.
better.
I love people feeling good.
Nice.
So I would
You get-
100% give you some money.
Take a lesson with Zach
Right.
today. Get him off now. only
They'll give you a really cheap package deal if you buy 5.
cheap package deal for 5 in AUD.
Wow.
On that note, let's wrap it up then.
Yeah.
Are we finishing?
You
Are we
guys-
finished? Did that finish it?
Did
I
that
finish
finish
you
you?
guys?
Are you finished?
Are
Are
you
you
finished?
finished?
Are you satisfied?
I'm
Didn't
finished.
satisfy-
I think I'm finished. You guys are amazing. Thank you so much.
I love you guys. That was so freaking so much fun.
That was very
Nice.
fun.
So I have learned a lot from
Yeah.
you guys.
So again, recap, look up the blc.dance.
Yes.
blc.dance?
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then social media, I've tagged you guys, but it just tags BLC, so every time your name, I think.
Yeah. BLC or Ariel.Peck on Instagram.
We have free
Yeah.
educational resources available, so we hope you go check it out.
Yeah.
Yay!
Love it.
Thanks, guys. Thanks for joining us. Let's do our last cheers before
Oh,
we sign
My
off.
glass is empty-ish.
I'll
Oh.
give you a little bit.
Yeah,
Thank
look,
you.
I'm so.
There we go.
yeah.
Okay.
Cheers!
Cheers!